Hi, my name is Bidanya Barassa, and welcome to Bidanya's World. Yes, you're probably wondering where have I been? It's been long. I think it's been, let's say, almost 2 months or 3 months since I had my episode on Bidanya's World. But I'm so happy to be back, and there'll be quite a lot of exciting things we're going to talk about. The things you always want us to talk about, that is probably love, relationships, so that will probably come in. And also, most of you have been asking me about wanting mom to come to more of the episodes because she's just in her own world. So definitely you'll be seeing a lot of mom. And there's quite a lot that has been happening in my world that I'm so excited I'll be able to share with you in this platform. And not only career wise, not only health wise, but quite a lot. And it'll be very interesting for me to just tell you more about it within the next episodes and really just take you through my journey on how it's been since the last time we spoke. And you're probably wondering why is it taking so long for me to come to season 2 of Bidanya's World? But it's hard, guys. I don't know how you people do it, especially those people who have podcasts and they keep on posting. Is it weekly or after every 2 weeks? I really don't know how you do it, but it's difficult, but it's fun, and I'm really enjoying the process because I do have a 10 to at times a 10 to 9 or a 10 to 10, and with my crazy traveling and with my gym stuff, so just penciling in and having a podcast, it's challenging, but it's also very exciting because it's me sharing my world with you, me giving my voice to the world, which is something that I love doing, sharing my knowledge when it comes to health, fitness. And that's where my love is. And when it comes to juicing, which of course you'll see a lot of my juicing because you still have to juice, guys. And it's just going to be a beautiful journey. And just having you along with me, it's it's humbling because I do get a lot of feedback from people I meet out there who have watched my podcast and they're really looking forward to more episodes. So I'll keep on keeping it real and raw and inspiring because that is something really I love doing. So I've been doing quite a lot of interesting things have been happening in my life, and I'm truly, truly grateful. I'll soon be a wellnesspreneur, or can I say a wellpreneur? And I'll tell you more about that in terms I'll be launching a new brand very soon. And I'm so excited because this is something I've been dreaming about doing. And it's something that came into my mind literally, I think 5 years ago. But with life, you keep on postponing things. You keep on saying, oh, I'll do it the next year. But finally, through my mentorship program, Bidanya Lit Club, last year, when we sat down and we agreed we all need to put down our goals. What do we want to achieve for the year 2024? And that really gave us momentum, each of us, especially the members, in making sure we do actually meet our goals and our inspiration. So I keep on saying in life, you need people who you can be accountable to. It could be your parents, it could be your friends, it could be your spouse. And this time it was Bidanya Lit Club, and we all set our goals. And one of that goal for me was to launch a wellness brand. And I'm so excited. We're actually on the final stages, and that is something I will share with you. And it's where you think that you can't do something and you keep on telling yourself that I'll have time, or let me push it to the next time, or let me just do it next year. But interesting, last year we just said let's do it. Let's start with what we have and what we can do. And in the starting process, it's really blossomed to an amazing outlook whereby now, of course, I'm briefing the advertising agencies, I'm briefing the PR agencies so we can launch something exciting and amazing for the community. So that is so exciting. I can't really tell you much in terms of the brand name and what exactly it is, because you know how it is. We have to keep a few things very confidential, but you'll definitely be one of the first people I will share what I'm launching and why it's important for you to have this in your household. The other thing that has been happening in my world, of course, you know, guys, I'm addicted to working out and I gym 4 times a week. I'm into strength training, weightlifting. And you also know whenever I travel because of work, I have to look for a gym. And I went to Lagos, for those who follow me on Instagram, where I went looking for a gym because I was like, I have to work out because the hotel I went to, the gym was closed for renovations. And me being the fanatic and addict, I had to go Lagos searching for a gym. And unfortunately, my friends in Lagos, because you'll probably hear this, they don't go out, they don't work out, or they're not into gyms. So they really didn't help me much. But anyway, I did my search, I did my research, and I was able to get at least 2 gyms. One was crazy with yellow weights. I mean, they had yellow painted strength training machines. And for me, that was just totally out of this world. So I immediately changed to another one. And why I'm telling you this is when you're into a habit, it's important for you to really have that discipline and commitment to continue doing. Never give yourself the opportunity that because I'm out of this comfort zone or I'm out of the country, I can't do this. Always look for opportunities in which you can continue because it becomes really a commitment to yourself and also to your brain. So that is something I always do, guys. And strength training, it is into the glutes, into the legs, into the back, into the shoulders. And as you know, it's really important for your lifestyle. It's really important for your health. I keep on talking about movement. And the next episodes of my podcast, I'll be talking a lot on how I can really inspire you guys to move. It doesn't have to be weightlifting. It could be swimming. It could be running. It could be walking. But that is something also, you know, I will really, really drive the agenda to make sure you're actually living a healthy lifestyle because I do it and it's just amazing for your body. Yes, and you're probably wondering, where did I love weightlifting and strength training? It came about, I think it was 7 years ago when CrossFit was the in thing. And a friend of mine was into CrossFit and she had been training for quite some time. And she actually looks very good in terms of her body composition. And, you know, she had broad shoulders, tiny waist, and good glutes. So, and she was into lifting weights, but she was like, hey, B, there's this CrossFit happening. And why don't you come for a class? And then I Googled and it was everything about, you know, you're throwing things up and down in terms of weights. And it's what I think soldiers do or the army. And I was like, you know, that not for me. You know, I'm a girl, I'm a lady. Why would I be doing such things? And she just told me, come for the class, just come for the class. And I went for the class and I just got addicted. I got addicted fast. When it comes to CrossFit is you're working out for a limited time and you're doing different exercises. So you're doing workouts for the legs, you're doing workouts for the shoulders, for the back, for your abs, and it's competitive. I'm not that competitive even during the classes. I was like, as long as I finish, I'm okay. There's no way I'm going to injure myself. But through that process of it being a community, because you have it's a community of like maybe 20, 30 people are coming for class and you're doing the same repetitions, you're doing the same exercises. So it builds that community. You're working out and you're sweating it out and removing all the stress, but in a fun environment. So I got addicted to actually CrossFit. So I did CrossFit for a period of 2 years. And unfortunately, they moved to a location that was so far away from my office because I work hard after 5 p.m. I'm not those morning people who get up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and join the gym. That's not me. I cannot wake up. I cannot function in the morning. I cannot think in the morning. My brain is at 80% sleep in the morning. So usually I used to go for classes after work, and that's about 5 p.m. So since the location really moved, it meant I had to leave the office early, which is never the case because you have meetings, you have deadlines. And I used to get to class very late. And they start on time. If the class starts at 6, it's 6 to 7, that's it. So if you get there at 6:30 and it's done by 7, you really haven't worked out. And it really doesn't feel good getting into a class late because you want to start with the stretches and then finish with the stretches anyway. So I decided, you know what, I really can't keep up with the CrossFit. let me get into a gym. Since I've learned the basics of weightlifting, I've learned the basics of strength training. I know the good form because it's all about form. You don't want to injure yourself. I told myself, you know what, I can go into the gym and do these classes by myself. And from that time, I go to the gym. It's all about weightlifting, strength training, and I've been doing it all years. And it's really about, guys, body composition. If you want to change your body, literally, you want a slim waist, big hips, cute butt, broad shoulders, you do it through strength training. You can't do it through cardio. And so I keep on telling people, please incorporate both strength training and cardio. And one secret or something you might not know about me is when I was growing up and when I was in modeling, I didn't have a butt. Am I allowed to even say that in public? I didn't have a booty. But through strength training, through squats, lunges, deadlifts, and hip thrusts, I was able to grow a booty. Mom probably gave me the genes, but the genes were very, very, very little. I blame it on mom because mom made me go to the gym to get her back because she's okay. She's good. She's good in that front. But yeah, so if you're talking about body composition, honestly, ladies, it's weightlifting. You won't look like a man. I've been doing it for the last 7 years. I don't look like a man. Unless you're taking testosterone, unless you're taking steroids, injections, then you will look like a man. But just you as a lady, you don't have enough testosterone, muluya, for you to gain those muscles. So that is something I've been doing. I love it. It just gives you that endorphin. I work out from 6 to 7, sometimes 6 to 9, sometimes to 10. Yeah, I should be in the gym for 2 hours. At times it can be 2 hours and a half. Because again, it's another community in the gym. You have friends, your buddies who you've been working with for quite some time. So it's also just nice having that clique of people working towards improving themselves and committing to taking care of themselves. So that's where my addiction to weightlifting is going. And please pray to God I keep on doing it. And I try not to have any injuries. So when my body complains, like right now, I have a little soreness on my leg. So yesterday, for example, I did not do leg day. I decided to do upper body. So also listen to your body with whatever you do. Don't go to the extreme level whereby you harm yourself. So that's my weightlifting journey. So, guys, you know how I got into juicing. Juicing started, and a lot of you guys know about it, and some of you don't know, especially if you're new to my channel. I was diagnosed with colon cancer over 14 years ago. And through that, that's when I got into the journey of juicing because I read a lot about the benefits of juicing. And I also followed a guy called Chris who really had colon cancer stage 3, and he decided he's not going to go for chemotherapy. He's just going to focus on changing his lifestyle, eating raw, and juicing. And through that is how I discovered the power of juicing. And so I've been juicing for the last 10 years, me with carrots. Carrots is amazing for your health. So just juicing all kinds of things from carrots to apples to pineapples to oranges to ginger to I have a very new recipe that I'll share with you. And I shared it with my sister, and she was like, I am not drinking that, whether you force me or not. But juicing is so amazing for your health because I keep on saying it goes straight into your bloodstream. And I'll give an example. For example, if you go to hospital, I keep saying, and you're dehydrated or you're totally sick and they want to get medicine straight into your bloodstream, they don't give you tablets. They give you an injection. It's through intravenous. So the same thing with juicing. It goes straight into your bloodstream when you take it fasting in the morning. It gives your body that ability to absorb all those nutrients, vitamins, phytonutrients, antibacterial, antivirus, minerals, all the good stuff, enzymes for your body to heal. So it's about prevention and healing the body. And that's why juicing is so, so amazing for you. And even remember our grandparents and mostly our grandparents, they'll go to the forest, they get weeds, and then the siaga, because they're extracting the juice from either the herbs. It's the same thing with juicing. Amazing for your health, amazing for your skin, amazing for your hair. It's just amazing. And through that cancer journey, I discovered the power of juicing. It's very preventive. Yes, you'll have people saying that juicing, you're removing the fiber, but still have your fruits, eat your vegetables. But the power of juicing is just the cleansing and detoxification elements it has for your body. And that's how I got into juicing. And even with cancer prevention, they say movement is important. The body cannot, cancer cannot thrive in an oxygenated body. So when you're working out, most of the time you're inhaling a lot of oxygen. Just if you're walking, pacing, you keep on breathing more because you're bringing in more oxygen. When you're weightlifting, you have to take in more oxygen for you to lift heavier. So there's all that breathing that's amazing, amazing for the body. And that oxygen is actually good for cancer prevention. Even there are studies showing that if you work out, you reduce your rate of cancer reoccurrence and also cancer by 40%. That's a huge, 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 huge percentage. And even they talk about working out when it comes to longevity. Muscle, your muscle gives you more life. Guys, I can talk about this, I know, all over the place, but basically, that's how I got into my juicing and also just changing your habits in terms of looking for ways to reduce stress. Anything that's stressing you, you have to eliminate. Find ways to make you calm. Take days off. Like right now, I usually take Fridays off just for myself, for my podcast, and for many things so that you can just decompose from the pressures of life. Because in life, there'll always be pressure, but you need to find those quiet moments, those happy moments, those times for yourself whereby you're able to just talk to yourself and really, take note, or can I say, take stock of your life. And you can only do that in a quiet place and not when you're noisy and very busy. So those are things I learned through my cancer journey. And also the importance of sleep. Don't be excited that you only sleep for 4 hours. You need your 8 hours of sleep because that's when the body is resting, it's recovering, your brain is also rejuvenating. So also sleep is amazing. And also looking for positivity in life. I mean, being negative does not help you. Holding all those negative stuff is not something that helps your body. So looking for ways to be positive, hanging out with positive people, because misery, hallelujah, loves company. So try as much as possible to really hang out with people who give you positivity. Positivity. They keep on saying that you're the character of the 5 people you hang out with. So look at the 5 people you're hanging out with. Are they positive? Are they inspiring? Or are they always complaining and always negative? Because when you hang out with those people, you'll tend to become like them. So that's also very, very critical. So those are the bits I learned just through my cancer journey. And also, if you're not spiritual, but I'm very spiritual, knowing that there's always that person, and that is God, who can fight your battles, but you have to let him in, have faith, believe. And I really did have faith that I was going to fight cancer. I called it the little C. I didn't give it the authority or the bigness people give it. The giant people say, oh my God, I got the big C, or oh, I have cancer, oh, I have this big thing happening. No, I never. I called it little C, and I knew me and my God were going to fight it. And we did. And I'm here and so excited just that 14 years cancer free. I can talk about it. I can share my journey. And that's really where my purpose and legacy came from, whereby I need to educate people, inspire people, because there's so much in this world that people do not know on how to prevent yourself and take care of yourself. And it's through sharing that we empower ourselves. And that's one of the things I do have, and why I really wanted to have this podcast, to bring my voice and share my knowledge, all the knowledge I've been able to read, and things that I do that will be useful to you, to your family, to your kids. Really, it's just growing the community to be well and to be better. Um, Cancer, I mean, I keep on saying, when you hear you've been diagnosed by cancer, it's not an easy diagnosis, or it's not an easy news to get. And so I got a crazy doctor. And yeah, if you ever gets to see this podcast, just know you're crazy doctor, because he told me that, do you want to hear the good news or the bad news? And I told him, let's start with the good news. And then he's like, the good news is you don't have stomach cancer. But the good news, you don't have stomach cancer. The bad news, you have colon cancer. And I can I can, what did he say? He said something, I can, over my dead body, it is cancer. And in my head, I was like, you can't even give someone the opportunity to think that maybe it's not cancer, but it's like over my dead body, I believe this is colon cancer, but you'll go, we have to still do a biopsy to stage it. So with any cancer, you have to stage it so that they know the next course of treatment. So of course, I had to go for my staging, whereby they found out it was stage 2 colon cancer, almost going to stage 3. So I thank God that it wasn't on the later stages. And after that diagnosis, of course, I had to sit with both the oncologist and my surgeon because I had to have 4 inches of my colon cut off. That's where the cancer was. And so I had my surgery, and a friend of mine, one of my besties, she keeps on saying that I'll never gain weight because I have a shorter colon. I don't know whether that's right or correct, or it's actually scientifically proven. But yeah, so 4 inches of my colon was removed. And then after 2 months, because after any surgery, you still need to get your body to heal, I had to do my chemotherapy. And honestly, chemotherapy is something we see, we hear, and we're like, it kills. And it's really, really you putting poison into your body. And so at one time I didn't want to do it, but mom came and says, do you really want to die? Because my oncologist said, we're talking about a cure. This is curative. So you need to do the chemotherapy. It's going to be 12 sessions and after every 2 weeks, usually. But when I sat with my oncologist, there was an option of it being after every 3 weeks. So I told my oncologist, why can't I do the outpatient chemo whereby you take the tablet? So instead of me going after every 2 weeks for intravenous in the hospital for a day, because I hated hospitals, with my oncologist, we agreed that I'll be doing outpatient for about 4 hours of the intravenous. Then I go home and I do the chemo tablets. So that's how I did it. And the reason why I chose that option is because I wanted I need to give my body to recover. Because if you go after every 2 weeks, I mean, think about it. That's poison your body after every 2 weeks, and recovery takes long. So I told myself, let me do it after every 3 weeks because I get to live. I mean, I still wanted to go to the office. I still wanted to work. I still wanted to travel. So we did it after every 3 weeks. But let me tell you guys, chemo is not an easy thing because what it does to you, it just makes you sick. And the thing with with going through cancer chemotherapy, you know how sick you're gonna be. So my body, I wouldn't have any energy, especially that day. Literally after 3 hours of the intravenous, I come home and I'm sleeping for a period of 3 days, and it zaps all your energy. You can have a temperature, you don't feel like eating, attempt to get nauseated if you have to eat something. So I found ways in which to really overcome that in terms of the water, because water is very important for you. You have to drink lots of water to flush out the toxins. And I remember at one time my first time I did my intravenous, it was in Aga Khan for about 2 hours. I think I was in hospital for a while because I wanted to see how my body will take the chemo. And next to me, there was a lady who was going through breast cancer and she was going through chemo. And she had been doing it for about 6 months. I think she had 3 more months and then she'll be done. And then, no, actually, she had 3 months, then she'll be done with her session. And she saw I was very young. So she says, oh, what happened to you? What cancer do you have? So she had conversations with me. And then she told me, my daughter, the one thing you have to do is drink water. Water is very important for you. But what I do for me, I drink warm water because I notice when I drink cold water, it tastes so metallic. So drink warm water and that's going to help you. And honestly, that really helped me. So drink lots of warm water to flush it out. And day 2, I'm forcing myself to eat. Even day 1, you're forcing yourself to eat because literally you have no appetite. And every time you want to swallow, you just feel like throwing up. But you have to force yourself to really swallow the food. So that used to be very, very hectic for me. So for 3 days, I'm trying my best. I'm drinking uji. Us in the African household, uji is energy. So they'll make for me brown uji, the fermented one, which was quite nice. And then they put a bit of lemon, a bit of sugar. And then I'll have my oranges. So after 3 days, I'm back to normal. So after every 3 weeks, 3 days, I'm in bed, really struggling. And then the fourth day, I'm up and about. The fifth day, I'm back to the office. I'm out with friends. I'm traveling. But the downside was really, really the chemotherapy. But one thing I did, and even before I started chemotherapy, because with chemotherapy, you hear the hair falls off, all kinds of things happen to the body. But I had a pact with God, and I told him, God, you allowed this to happen for a reason. I know this is not going to be permanent, it's going to be temporary, but let's have a pact. My hair is not going to fall off. I'm not going to be too sick to do nothing. I'm not going to allow this cancer to take my life, that for 12 weeks I'll be doing absolutely nothing. No, I'll be who I am. And he really answered through, and he really came through for me. And I was able to go to the office, I was able to travel, I was able to go dancing, I was able to get my cravings and eat. My hair didn't fall off. So that was actually good. But during that time, I mean, hair is really nothing. But there's some things as women we take pride in, and it was hair for me at that time. I'm like, oh my god! And I used to not take care of my hair at that time, but I was like, God, no, my hair cannot fall off. No, 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 no. So, but those are the conversations I had with him, and just knowing that he'll see me through, and knowing that he'll fight this battle with me. I can't do it by myself. And that really helped me go through. And every time I'd finish a session, me and mom would be like, yes, 2 to go, 3 to go, 4 to go. It used to be a countdown of the sessions, because 12 sessions, 8 months is quite long. And basically, that's what made us go through. And with my mom's strength, always supporting me, saying, don't worry, you're going to be okay. And that really took me through. So, and family and also friends. And I also made sure my friends, I did not accept any woyes. I needed friends who were also positive. And some of my friends would forget that I'm actually going through chemotherapy. They wanted to hang out until 5 a.m. That's when I have to remind them and pull the chemo card and say, I'm in treatment. I need to be home early, because they'll just totally forget. And basically, it was a journey that made me change in several ways. I've become, I believe, a better person in terms of my my thinking. I'm more positive. Before, I doubt if I was this positive. Now I'm more positive and optimistic in life. I'm more ready to take challenges, because I think before cancer I was too comfort where I was. I was in my comfort zone. So this had to do. I think God had to do this for me to be out of my comfort zone. Now I'm ready to take challenges. I'm ready to do things. I live life for the fullest. You know, um, I'm ready to enjoy life, and I keep on saying life is for the living. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm enjoying life than before, because I know today is what we're given, and you have to really, really grab it by the horns. So I live life to the fullest. If you tell me, hey, next week, B, let's do this, I'm like, why not? Before I'll overthink it, I'll start looking for excuses. But now I'm ready to experience new experiences in my life. And I let go of tiny stuff. Before, I used to hold on to things. When someone says something or does something, I take it very, very seriously. Right now, I let go, and I'm like, it's really it's where they're coming from. It's nothing to do with me. So I let go, I forgive, I move on. I don't sweat the small stuff. And it's and it's also, what it also has done to me is to question my being here in life. Am I just going to be here to occupy space and oxygen? What am I going to do with my life? What am I going to give? What legacy do I want to live here? So through that cancer journey, the issue of my purpose and legacy came so strong, because the question is, Bidanya Barassa, when you leave this world, what will people remember you of? And that is something that's very strong in my heart, and also something that is really motivates me to speak more about my journey. Because most people don't like talking about their cancer journey, but I'm out there talking because I think it's important. The impact, the education, you know, telling people that it's possible. You can have cancer, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. 14 years later, you can be doing so many things that you never thought you could achieve through just that card that you were dealt with. So in Bidanya's world, because guys, I do so many things, right? There's the career B, there is the wellness B with her workout, there's the family B, because I love my family. And then there's the love, 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 love B that I don't really talk about that because that is super, super private. And how do I balance that? It's tough. It's not easy. And there are times whereby I feel burnt out. But what I've realized and what I'm realizing, because it's still progress as you go along. It's quite quite interesting, and nothing can be perfect. But it's just being able to. Guys say there's no balance, but I believe there's balance. So just to balance, like for example, I know when I wake up, I know for sure there's work that needs to be done. But before I wake up, I give myself 2 hours of no phone calls, no screen time, just for me. And what I do is I do put do not disturb on my iPhone and Samsung, also my Samsung. I do have a Samsung phone. And I also have a way in putting a no do not disturb. So my rule is from the time I wake up, those 2 hours, I'm not picking calls unless it's family, because that's urgent. But I'm not picking work calls. I'm not picking anything to do with work. So I can center myself and be ready for me to give to the world. Because what I realized that every time I'd wake up, like at 8, and I'm straight into their phone, their issues, their pressures from the client, it already puts me in an unstable environment whereby I'm becoming more reactive and not proactive. So I'd react to what's happening, and that would mess up my day and my mornings. So I command my mornings by not doing anything in terms of the phone, not picking the phone for about 2 hours. That's when I'm praying, getting time for myself, and setting the pace for the day. And then, of course, now we have the work career wise, whereby there anything can happen. So between 10, 10 to 5 is just crazy. There's quite a lot that's happening. And that's the time I say, okay, this is the time for me to focus and be intentionally present at the workplace. And then I do have my 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 that I go to work out. Now, even the workout time 6 to 9, it's my me time. That is the time whereby I'm giving my body time. That's why I'm building my body. That's when I'm loving my body. So again, that is where I put absolutely. Again, I don't pick calls. I'm on I my earphones. I'm listening to music and working out. And then family time, where I keep on saying yes, it is a balance. Family time. It's the Sundays. It's the afternoons whereby I make time to see family. But I talk to my family quite often on the phone. So I'm always on the phone with my family literally every day, but also taking that time in the afternoons, on Saturdays or on Sunday, just to enjoy with friends and family. And honestly, and this is for another podcast session whereby I need to talk about how love life with family, with gym, with career, how it's really, really challenging. And also some of the comments I would get from my gentleman callers in terms of where are they in my life in all this. But that, I think, it's a topic for a different day. And it will be very interesting also for me to hear from people how are they able to really balance that, because I think it's tough, because there are all these people who need you, and how do you interact with that? And I think that is something I'm still learning, and I intentionally have to make like my partner feel that he's part of my world. And that is something that I'm growing into and also learning. And it's an interesting topic. I think it's something we should do for another time. And yeah, and also I would really love to hear from you. Please, you know how to reach me. What do you want to hear from me? What more do you want from the podcast? Who do you want me to invite? I know you keep on saying you want mama, and even my sister. So let me know, and it's gonna be fun and interesting. And as I said, I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited for what's to come. I promise to be consistent. I have the team here that will make sure I'm consistent. They'll be on my case. So no excuses. And thank you so much for watching and welcome back and see you next time.